Thank you for joining me. We're going to have a great time today on the Pederscope. This is Keys to Being the Difference. I'm Steve Pederson, your host. Today's key to being the difference is having great expectations. Now, I'm not talking about the hair salon franchise. No, what I'm talking about is what you expect is going to happen today. When parents are expecting a baby, they call it expecting. They have great expectations. What they are about to participate in is bringing something incredible into the world. And when you have great expectations, it's the same kind of thing. You might go through a lot of pain, but you are participating in a process that is bringing something incredible and wonderful and creative and lively into the world. Now, I'm not talking about just expectations, because we all have expectations. I'm talking about having great expectations, and this all starts with a mindset. The best time, I believe, to get into this mindset is first thing in the morning. You can do it anytime throughout the day, and perhaps it would help you to do it several times throughout the day. For example, I have a prayer that a friend gave to me that starts out like this. Thank you for this glorious day that is filled with life, joy, and pleasant surprises. I really love that prayer because it just puts you in this mindset of, first of all, that you realize that life is glorious and it's filled with life. When I think of being filled with life, I think of being filled with opportunity, filled with joy. There's so many good things that can happen this day. There's so many good things that are happening right now. And the day can be filled with pleasant surprises. And one of the things that I've found is that at the end of the day, I go back and I just make a list of things that I'm grateful for that happened that day. And often I'm reminded of the pleasant surprises that happened throughout that day. Now, as I mentioned, we all have expectations, but are we aware of them? If we don't have intentional expectations that are filled with gratitude before we receive them, that just leads to taking things for granted. And I believe the difference between having a great expectation and taking something for granted is your awareness and your gratitude level for it. Now, also, a great expectation is different than a feeling of entitlement. Let's say you're a football team. Let's say you are one of the Carolina Panthers, or you're on some sort of NFL football team. Now, you might go into a game expecting to win. You're all pumped up, you're all jacked up, but that doesn't guarantee the win. It doesn't ensure you the win. You're not entitled to the win just because you expect it. You have to work really hard for it. In fact, I would be willing to bet that it is the expectation that drives you to working really hard for the win. If you're not expecting to win, then why try? I mean, why not just roll over and accept defeat? I'm not sure if you caught the NFL game this past weekend between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. But if you didn't watch it, what happened was at the half, the Carolina Panthers were winning 31-0. That is a very significant lead, to the point where I was thinking, boy, Seattle, what's the point of even showing up for the second half? There's no way you're going to win this game. The Panthers, I mean, they have the momentum going for them. They have everything. These guys are whooping you. You cannot expect to win this game. However, what happened, I believe, was that during the halftime, the coach talked to the team and filled them with an expectation of the possibility that, hey, this game isn't over. They scored 31 points in the first half. There's no reason we can't score 31 points in the second half. We need to have that expectation. And Seattle came out the second half, and they played like they wanted to win it. They played like they had the expectation that they were going to win. And as a matter of fact, the second half, Carolina scored no points. And Seattle was the one that scored all of the points. They scored a lot. They didn't quite score quite enough to win the game, but I thought they were winners because they didn't give up. They fought really hard. So how is having great expectations a key to being the difference? I think it's probably pretty self-explanatory. If you get up and you just take everything for granted, and the things that you expect, if you expect negative or unpleasant things to be happening to you throughout the day, well, that's probably going to happen to you quite a bit. And even if good things do happen to you, even if pleasant things do happen to you, you're not even going to be aware of them because your mindset was fixed on the negative. So being the difference is pivotal on expecting great things to happen. What I want to encourage you to do today is just say this little prayer with me. Thank you for this glorious day filled with life, joy, and pleasant surprises. And then at the end of this day, I want you to reflect back and just write down what were the pleasant surprises that happened in my day today. Thanks, guys, for joining me for this key to being the difference. Great expectations. This has been episode number 12. I have all of the previous episodes on my website at stevepederson.com. So please join me there to catch up on all the recent episodes. Would be great to stay in touch with you. I'm here every weekday morning at 8:35 a.m. Central Time to bring you another key to being the difference. Take care for now and keep being fabulous.